I don't know when it's going to hit, what's going to hit. Is it going to be tomorrow? Is it going to be a week? It's going to be a year.
We heard from some of the jurors that sentenced now convicted murderer Chad Daybell to death over the weekend. They found the Doomsday author guilty of killing his wife of nearly 30 years, Tammy Daybell, and two of his current wife's kids, JJ and Tylee.
Now, our Abby Davis actually sat down with 6 of those jurors, 5 of the jurors who deliberated and 1 who was an alternate. They told her that even if the deliberating jurors were different, Chad's fate would have been the same.
What led you guys to decide that Chad was guilty? What were the deciding factors?
The prosecution had an overwhelming amount of evidence.
It made our decision, I don't want to say easy, but it pointed us in a direction pretty quickly.
Just 2 days later, some of these jurors also decided Chad Daybell deserved death for killing 3 people.
Whether they deserve it or not, it's not an easy thing to do.
It was very emotional, still is very emotional. When I think about it, I'm sure all these guys feel the same. Knowing that you were one of 12, one of 18 that condemned somebody basically to death. That's a heavy burden to live with the rest of your entire life.
The jury unanimously agreed the state proved at least one aggravating factor listed under Idaho law. Like were the murders especially heinous, atrocious, or cruel, manifesting exceptional depravity? Did he show an utter disregard for human life?
It didn't matter to him, and he had no remorse the whole time. The defense, they were given every opportunity to defend him, to show evidence, to bring in witnesses, to give mitigating factors.
We were surprised he didn't say anything at the end. Not that that would have changed our mind at all, but at least it would have been maybe eye-opening to say, okay, are there mitigating factors that should come into play? And no.
As you were sitting there, did you guys get angry at points?
I got very angry, especially the more you had the evidence of what emails he sent, what texts he sent, what he said about children that weren't even his, that he needed to raise the pain and turn up the dark. And it was like, this is unbelievable that this person is that much of a narcissist, to think he was the Holy Ghost, to think he was at the right hand of God.
Witnesses told the jurors how Chad and Lori Vallow Daybell thought they were responsible for deciding who lives and dies.
April 11th of 2024, I will never forget. It's the first day we saw the bodies, and it'll never leave my mind.
Nope.
I agree, it's burned into your brain. I don't care if they showed us a picture once or 10 times, it's there, and it will always be there.
Now, to help them process what they saw and heard, one of the jurors says the state will reimburse them for the counseling that they absolutely need.
And they also told us it's helpful now that they can actually talk to each other and to family members about their experience. Since they're now bonded, they say, for the rest of their lives, they'll be talking quite a bit.
Reaction about Chad's sentencing continues to pour in. Lori's sister, Summer Shiflett, just sent us a statement from her family and their brother's family. She said, quote, "We are grateful for all seen and unseen who contributed to this huge endeavor. We believe this is a fair sentence in light of the cruel and callous manner in which our loved ones were lost."
And we also received a statement from Lori Vallow's former relative, Brandon Boudreau. He used to be married to Lori's niece, and he wrote on behalf of his family saying this: "For the many people who have spent so many years working on this case in Idaho, we thank you. To the jurors who will carry the weight of these events with them, like we just heard, for the rest of their lives, we thank you for taking on this burden."
An Idaho Department of Corrections spokesperson told KTVB Chad is now officially on death row at Idaho's Maximum Security Institute in Kuna. There are now 9 people in Idaho with death sentences, 8 men, 1 woman. Many of them have been there for decades. The last time the state successfully executed someone was back in 2012 when they put Richard Levitt to death by lethal injection. Of course, less than 4 months ago, the state tried to execute Thomas Creech, but that attempt was unsuccessful.